sac, eggs with legs, weirdest, most alien thing I've ever seen, first instar, penultimate molt. Are tarantulas poisonous? If it can eat you, slings. Deadly Tarantula Girl coming to you from my private serpentarium. Tonight I wanted to do a quick video on a little bit of tarantula terminology. Please refer to my handy dandy new board. I plan on doing a follow-up video that specifically addresses the terminology of tarantula anatomy or body parts, but this one I just wanted to address some specific questions that I get very often. So the first questions have to do with age. So obviously the youngest tarantula is in an egg sac, which I have seen spelled S-A-C and S-A-C-K, both from reputable researchers. The next stage is eggs with legs, which is where your little tiny tarantula is emerging out of the egg, but they're just little, it's like an egg with legs sticking out. It is the weirdest, most alien thing I've ever seen, and I do have videos that show that. So if you would like to see that, I will link a video below. Once they molt, then that's considered their first instar. They molt again, second instar, third instar. So that is how the chronological age of a sling or a spiderling. The next is first instar, second, third instar, which are the ages between the molts. When your spider is a spiderling, also known as just a sling. From there they grow into a juvenile, finally subadult, and then ultimately you're waiting for your tarantula to mature. So when they do their last molt or their ultimate molt before maturity, that's called the ultimate molt, and the one before that is called the penultimate molt, which is what people are looking for if they're waiting for a mature animal to breed. For a tarantula to reproduce, it has to have the adult anatomy. So for it to go from a subadult to a mature animal, it needs to have its ultimate molt, or the final molt before adulthood. The one before that is called the penultimate molt, and that's the one before the last one, which you're more concerned about in males because their lifespans are often shorter, and you're really watching that window of time carefully from subadult to mature male because they often don't live a whole lot longer after. For example, I have this male Poecilotheria regalis who was penultimate. He just molted out recently, and yeah, it's kind of wimpy. That was his ultimate molt right there. And I know it was his ultimate molt because I saw signs of maturity. He had his little pedipalpal bulbs. His coloration changed from this penultimate molt to the one before this to this molt. This was his ultimate molt. Now I know I have a mature male Poecilotheria regalis. Very exciting. If you're interested in seeing breeding of this animal, make sure to keep your eyeballs peeled because I'll be showing that one pretty soon. Another thing I get asked every single day is, are tarantulas poisonous? And I always say, no, they're not poisonous. That's crazy talk. But the truth is they're venomous, just like a lot of insects are. And here's a good rule of thumb. No animal is poisonous. Plants are poisonous. So what you want to remember is if it can eat you, which a tarantula can't, but that's just a good way of remembering, and harm you, it's venomous. If you eat it and it harms you, it's poisonous. Plants are poisonous, dangerous animals are venomous. All tarantulas are venomous, however, none of them are poisonous. Also, a tarantula is not a true spider. And yes, I do call them a spider on occasion because, let's be real, most people think they're a spider. Here are some abbreviations. A lot of people call tarantulas T's, spiderlings slings, and MM stands for mature male and MF stands for mature female. If you're ever looking on a price list or on a forum or something and you see like MMP fasciata, they have a mature male or they're looking for one. Same with mature female. Another thing that I say incorrectly often because I deal in invertebrates and reptiles is that tarantulas molt out of their exoskeletons and reptiles shed. Now I deal in both, so sometimes I do use those words interchangeably, And actually, a molt is a type of shed, so I'm not incorrect, although using the word molt is more correct. The word terrestrial refers to a ground-dwelling animal, and the word arboreal refers to a tree-dwelling animal. I'm going to do a separate video on anatomy, but this is one that people hear a lot from me, is urticating hairs. Those are the hairs that detach from some species of tarantulas and get all over you and make you feel like you played in fiberglass. And it's just a simple, it's actually a really complex defense mechanism that they have that is super duper cool and really, really itchy. Another thing that people say a lot is New World and Old World. Now, an easy way to remember that is that the Americas, referring to North, Central, and South America, are considered New World, and any other continent is considered Old World. I never talk about tarantulas in Antarctica because I don't know of any. But Asia, India, Africa, all those countries are Old World. That was just some basic tarantula terminology. Comment below if you have some questions about some specific words, and I'm going to be bringing you some more tarantula terminology that specifically addresses anatomy. I have a breeding video coming up, and I have lots of videos that talk about molts and egg sacs and some of these different things, so I'll try to link all those below to answer those questions, and I hope this cleared up some confusion. And let me know what else you guys would like to see, and I'll see you next time. Bye!